Jorge Hernandez with the Low Blow in Southwest Fight News here with Oscar Valdez post-fight against Jason Sanchez. I know Jason was a relatively unknown. How do you feel after that fight? Do you think a lot of people know a little bit more about him? And then how were you able to weather the storms?
I think people can see that Jason Sanchez is not an easy opponent.
Yeah.
I may have won the fight, but that does not mean he's an easy opponent. He's a hard-hitting fighter.
Yeah.
He hit me with some good shots. Much respect to him and his team. I hit him with my best shots, and then I just put him down only once. Yeah. But I'm very happy with the result. Very happy with my team. Like I said, I got a lot of people to thank for this result of me winning, because boxing is not a one-man sport. I always consider it as a team sport. Mm-hmm. So without my team, I wouldn't be in the best shape of my life and getting this result.
Were you surprised that you weren't able to finish him off, or?
I knew he's a tough fighter, and when I put him down in the 5th round, I believe it was, I knew he wasn't hurt. I knew it was more like a flash knockout, and I knew I couldn't go in there crazy because he's a hard-hitting fighter. Yeah. I felt his punches. I know he's any moment he could change the fight. So I just try to be smart to fight. At the end, I did try to give the fans a little bit of a show, and I went a little bit off. But I hope the fans like the fight, and like I said, I'm very happy with the result.
Your jabs and your hooks were there for most of the night. Did you know that early on?
Oh yes, and I knew that the jab was going to be the key to success in this fight, and we did it. We worked on the jab. We worked on certain things in the gym that a lot of times we try to work on the fight. It was a little bit complicated trying to get him with the uppercuts. I feel he was a little aware, and he could throw that good. He has a good right hand, and I didn't want to get too careless in there. But like I said, I felt we did enough to showcase and give the fans a good fight.
There were a couple of times where it looked like he caught you in the back of the ear or the top of the head. Were you hurt at any moment?
I wasn't hurt. I was just a little upset. It was a couple times I think he thought I was hurt, and he tried to come after me, and I kept on telling my corner, because my father's in the corner. He might get a little worried that I'm hurt, and I just kept on looking at the corner like, I'm okay. Don't worry. I got this under control. But he did caught me in the ear, in the back of the head, and but in no situation I was hurt or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm. Grade your performance tonight.
1 to 10, I will say an 8. There's always room for improvement. 9, I think, is throwing up almost a perfect game, mm-hmm. and there's no 10. No one. I feel there's no perfect fight. So I think it's an 8. I think I did just enough to pass in this fight.
What do you feel you could have done better in this fight to give yourself a 9?
A knockout. Work more on my counter punches. Whenever time he would throw that right hand, maybe come back with the uppercut and then the left hook. But there's only so much you can do. It sounds easier. It's better said than done. Inside the ring, it's a whole different story. Every time I fight and I see the tape, it looks way more easier from the outside, from the TV version, than what you're actually feeling inside the ring. So, like I said, sometimes sometimes easier said than done. Inside the ring is way different. You don't want to risk a lot of things that might get you hurt in certain rounds. You
said, I think in the ring, from what I was able to hear from Press Row, that you wanted one more fight at 126. Is that right?
Yes, I do want one more fight at 126. But
who would that be if it were up to you?
If it was up to me,
magic wand right now, who would it be?
Leo Santa Cruz. Mm-hmm. Leo Santa. And like I said, nothing personal to Leo Santa Cruz. I just hear now and there, that Oscar Valdez and Leo Santa Cruz, that would be a great fight. And if the fans want that fight, I want to give it to them. I really want to give those fans what they want, which is a good fight, and show who's the best. 120, 126. Like I said, it's nothing personal, and I'm not scared of Leo Santa Cruz. I know Leo Santa Cruz is not scared of me, and we're just trying to show who's the best featherweight out there. So why not do it? I think his style and my style will be a great style to put a great fight, and I would love for that to happen. But politics and boxing, I feel like Bob Arum's up for it. I've heard him say it. I've heard him. He's willing to make that fight, but I don't know who's saying no, who's saying yes. And
do you think Leo wants that fight?
I know he wants that fight. I've heard it from his. I see interviews where he says he wants to fight me. He says he knows. He got the key to know how to beat me, and I think I could beat him too. So that's the mentality we got. He thinks he could beat me. I think I could beat him, and let's just see who wins.
You talked about pitching a perfect game. Are you a Yaquis fan?
No, Naranjeros fan.
Oh, there you go.
Big Naranjero fan.
Yeah. Finally, message all your fans out there.
I just want to thank everybody for the support, for following my career. I don't want to disappoint nobody. I want to stay at 126 and fight a great name. But if for great fights people are concerned, there's no worry. At 130, there's great fights we can make. There's great fighters in that division too. And I just want to please everybody to show everybody a good fight. So thank everybody for the support, and expect bigger and better fights.
And still WBO featherweight champion of the world, Oscar Valdez. Thank you very much for the time, man.